guys and welcome back. Let me just first start by forwarding through this bit, as I feel like I say it in every single one of my videos and it's becoming quite the motto of mine, so just bear with. Sorry it's been a while guys, life has just been incredibly busy, but if you follow me on my social media then you will know that I recently picked up a new furry addition to our family. His name is Arnie. He's a miniature Sprudel, which is a Springer Spaniel with a toy poodle. I'm hoping he's miniature because his paws, they say different. But he is a baby, as you can imagine. He's only 12 weeks old. He just went for his vaccinations the other day. It was a very sad mummy moment. And unfortunately he does demand a lot of my attention and my time, but please bear with, he is already toilet trained and it won't be long until he's ready to become a little bit more independent and not so dependent on me. Arnie. But I do love him. I am a total dog person, as you may be able to tell, and he will make a gorgeous addition to our family. So I am very, very, very pleased to have you. Glad that bit's out of the way. So, the royal wedding, wasn't it an eventful one? Harry didn't look one bit nervous now, did he? However, my favourite part, aside from Meghan Markle's beautiful gown and her makeup and her train and her tiara. This tiara that I'm wearing only costs about £20, whereas hers, let's not get into that bit. Bishop Curry, now wasn't he a character? His hands were all over the place, he was very expressive, he delivered the message that he wanted to. His sermon was something that I could easily sit down and watch all day. No problem. But it was a lovely event and one that is going to be spoken about for years to come. But the reason that you're here is not to hear me ramble on about anything. It is to see Rachel's interpretation of the bride Meghan Markle's makeup. And here is my interpretation. So it's very bold on the brows, very sultry and smoky on the eyes, very bold with the lashes, very peachy with the blush, and very pink but with a coral hint to the lips. If you have made it this far then I do applaud you. And I won't keep you for much longer. If you want to see how I've recreated Meghan Markle's makeup from the royal wedding, then please just stay tuned and let's get on with the tutorial. Woo! I'm so excited for this. So, okay, to start with, we are going to prep the base. Now, Meghan looks really glowy, so I'm going to do my best to inject a little of this into my skin prep. So, just going to put my hair back. So I'm just going to start by taking the Kiehl's Glow Formula Skin Hydrator with pomegranate extract. And this is delicious, guys. Not only is it delicious for your skin, but it smells incredible. I just love this. Not only is it super moisturising, but you can also use this as like a highlighter on its own. It's perfect for your base. It gives your skin a gorgeous texture and it also adds like a luminous kind of glow to the skin. So if we're trying to replicate Meghan Markle's makeup look, then we want to go for a glowy base, which this is definitely going to do. Okay, so just going to use another one of Kiehl's products, and as you know this is an absolute firm favourite of mine, and it's the Kiehl's Daily Reviving Concentrate. So in order to add to this glowy and luminous base, we're just going to put a little bit of this all over our skin. And I do apologise guys if you can hear wincing noises, whimpering, scratching, playful noises, then that is my dog Arnie. As you will know by now, he is quite the energetic pup. Come on, don't lick my face, don't lick my face. I'm pretty sure Meghan Markle wouldn't have had a dog and licking her face. I love you, I do, I love you so much. Please let me get on with my video. As I was saying, you can never be too good to your skin. Okay, so I'm going to be sticking to a much paler, less tanned version of Meghan Markle's skin, as I'm quite pale. So I'm going to be using the YSL All Hours Foundation in BR20, yeah, BR20, as that is a really good match for my skin. But I also find it oxidises a bit, so it gives you quite a sun-kissed tanned look as it gets a bit darker. Sugar. And I've just got foundation on my dog. And Arnie today will be sporting a white streak on the back of his neck. I'm really sorry, mister. Let's try again. This time I'm going to try putting it onto a beauty blender and then directly onto my face to avoid any other animal cruelty. And it applies really pale, but like I say, it does oxidise a bit, so it will give my skin a little bit more colour and a bit more of a glow. I don't think it's fully matte, although it probably says that it is. I think it's that nice little between dewy but not too dewy, and then also matte, not too matte. After all, we are trying to keep it quite natural because Meghan Markle is a natural beauty, and as such her makeup did reflect that. And I did note that she tried to not conceal her freckles, which I'm going to try and do that, but as you may know, I'm not a big fan of my freckles, so it's very easy for me to get carried away in covering them up, but we'll give it a go. There we go. And as you may already be able to see, the foundation has started to oxidise, so it is giving my skin a little bit more colour and is looking a little bit more tanned. I say a little, because us pale people do not tan very easily. Okay, so for concealer I'm going to be taking my drugstore favourite, which is the Revolution Conceal and Define. And I'm not going to use too much or go totally ham with it like I normally would, but this is just a beautiful way to add a little bit of highlight and also a bit of coverage if you need it. Just taking that up onto the eyes as it works out for a perfect base for your eyeshadow. Okay, we are looking a little bit glowy and there is a sheen to the skin, and I really don't want to get rid of that because Meghan's makeup is really quite natural. So I'm just going to add a little bit of colourless powder, and this is just the Kat Von D blotting powder in Fair. This isn't going to add any coverage whatsoever because, like I say, we don't want to build up on that. She has got a very natural base, but it's just going to set those areas where we need it, which is generally around the T-zone. But like I said, I am not taking away any of the sheen or the glowiness, as that is what we want. Now, I don't actually think that Meghan has a defined contour. I think it's just a little bit of bronzer just to warm the skin up and just to accentuate the natural shadows in her face. So with that being said, we are just going to use a little bit of the Benefit Hoola Light just to replicate that. So just around the cheek areas, under the chin, down the nose. It's definitely warmed the skin up. However, I do feel like there needs to be just a little bit more definition, even though she hasn't defined her look. My skin is very pale, so anything too light is going to look washed out on my skin. So I'm literally just tapping in to the contour, and I'm just going to gently, and that is it. That's all I need. And just for the other side, I'm not going to take it up onto the usual areas where I would. I'm just going to blend that in, just so that there's a little bit of cheekbone showing, because I don't know about you, but my cheekbones are very, very subtle. If I don't define them, you can't see them. I'm loving this glowy base. It's a bit of a change, really. Okay, so for blush, again, keeping with the very natural theme going on here, it looks like a really nice pale pink, but with a coral undertone. So for that, I'm going to use the Rachyreviews by Benefit, because not only does it have a gorgeous shimmer, but it also has the tones of pink and coral, which I think Meghan is wearing for the wedding. So just going to lightly dust that over because she does have it right on the very apples of her cheek. And it just adds that beautiful touch of colour. Lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to bring you a little bit closer and we'll get on with the eyes. Okay, so from her eyes I can see that they look very sultry and smoky and quite bold, to be fair. So I'm going to be working from the Tarte Pro palette, as it contains some of the most gorgeous natural shades, and I think it's going to be perfect for this look. So I'm just going to be starting with a colour here which is called Vintage, and I'm just going to start by sweeping this all over the lid up into that brow bone, and that will be our first all over colour. This will also help with us transitioning into those more richer and darker of tones. Okay, so just looking at the crease, I can see that she's really delving into those darker tones. So I'm going to be doing this quite subtly by just taking this colour here, which is called Indie, from the Tarte Pro palette. So I'm just going to start by building this crease up, and I can see that she's got more of like a rounded shape, so I'm just going to try and bring that into the corner there, not to create any kind of winged effect, because like I say, it is quite rounded. Okay, so it looks like she's gone with a few more warmer tones for her eyes. So I'm just going to take this colour here, which is called Profesh, and we're just going to deepen up that crease in order to start our smoky eye look. And I also forgot to say, these eyeshadows are super pigmented, so be sparingly when you put it on your brush, because otherwise you may look like you've been working down the coal pits. And I just love how this look's coming together. and it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, not gonna lie, but you know what, that's what makeup's all about, to experiment and just have fun. Now it does actually look like she's got a little bit of sparkle on the lid, which you would expect, she's a bride, everything sparkles. So in order to create this, I'm going to be taking the NYX Cosmetics Metals palette, as there's some really gorgeous shimmers in here, and I'm just going to be taking this one down here. It's lovely gold, got a little bit of a champagne fleck to it, and I'm just going to apply that into the centre of my lid when I find a brush. Now it doesn't look like she's got much, if any, under her lower lash line. So with that being said, I'm just going to take the colour that I have been starting with, which is called Indie, onto a flat brush, and I'm just going to literally line near my waterline as much as I possibly can in order just to give it a little bit of definition. So for the inner corners, I'm just going to be using this colour here, which is called Gleam, as it does seem like she's got a little bit of a gold tear duct going on. So we're going to put a little bit there. Oh, nearly forgot. Brows. Must not forget them. And it looks like she's gone for quite the bold brow, which is normally what I do anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my brows as I usually would. One brow down, one more to go. Be right back. Now for some mascara, and I'm just going to be taking a new favourite of mine, and this is the Paradise Ecstatic mascara by L'Oreal. I would like to be really good at false lashes, but I'm not, so I'm just going to big my lashes up as much as I can with this mascara. Now for some highlighter, and it doesn't actually look like she's gone ham with the highlighter. It's just for a natural glow, a little bit of a sheen to the skin, and you know, just on the tops of her cheekbones, down her nose, a little bit on the cupid's bow. She hasn't gone mad. Not like most people would, I imagine. And when I say most people, I mean me. So I'm going to be taking what I normally use, which is the Makeup Revolution Sophie Does Nails highlighter palette. And because it looks like quite the golden glow, I'm just going to be taking this one up here, which is just a gorgeous gold shimmer, and there's a few like champagne-y flecks, so it's not going to totally drown my colour out, but it is going to suit pale skin. And I'm just putting this on the areas if the sun hits your face where a natural glow would occur. Okay, so now it's time for the lips, and it does actually look like she's wearing quite the corally light pink shade to her lips, so we may have to use 2 lip products in order to create this, but we're going to give it a go. Okay, so it's a couple of products that I'm going to be using, and they are both from the Bourjois collection. So we're going to use a combination of these colours. So this one is called Bric-a-Brac, and this one is called Abricodabra. So I'm just going to start by taking the Bric-a-Brac, and I'm just lightly dusting this over my lips because it doesn't seem like she's got any definition to her lip shape. It's just a nice subtle hint of colour. So I don't actually own that many glosses, and I certainly don't own a coral coloured one, so I'm just literally mixing between colours in order to try and find the perfect shade without it looking too matte. So I'm just going to let this dry, and then we're going to go in with the Abricodabra and see how that looks. So as you can see, I've just gone in with a little bit of highlighter just to create the illusion of a gloss. So it's a little hack for you there, guys. So this is my interpretation of Meghan Markle's look from the royal wedding. It's not a makeup look that I would readily create, but then again, it is nice to step out your comfort zone every once in a while and try something different. And I really enjoyed how this look came out. It's very smoky, it's very sultry, and it's a little bit sexy. So all of those combined, you should be able to find your perfect prince. No, I'm just joking, but she did look incredible on the day. And congratulations to the newlyweds, they both looked amazing, and it is a very difficult thing to do, I would imagine. Stream live in front of millions and millions and millions of people. To have your wedding day broadcasted alone is a pressure on itself, so congratulations to the happy couple. I hope that they are spending some time on their honeymoon away from the paparazzi, away from family, just to escape the big blur that they'll suddenly find themselves in. I do wish them well. So if you did like this tutorial and you want to see more of these type of videos, then please do hit that subscribe button for me. Also hit that like button and it'll let me know that you do like these type of videos. And I think that is everything that I've got to say. Congratulations to the happy couple, and I am now off to find my prince, so I will see you again soon. Bye!